What's up everybody, it's Graham. Welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to give you guys a brief little tour of my home. I like to call it a tiki bar, my home bar in my house. As I mentioned in a previous video, I have the Rad Cave where I collect stuff, toys and stuff from the 80s and 90s. But then I also have a passion for, my tiki bar. Now when I say a passion, I don't want to get it confused with these people out there that have got some really badass home tiki bars that you can see on Polynesian Pop's YouTube channel. I'll put a link of that in the description below, because typical tiki bars are just loaded wall to wall with stuff. They're a little bit darker, a little bit different type of ambiance. So when I call it a tiki bar, it's a tiki bar, yes, but it is not that type of tiki bar, because I'll get a lot of hate in the comments from people that are true tiki people and be like, yo man, that sucks compared to some of these other ones. But those other ones are gorgeous, but mine's different type of function. But the cool thing about this one is that the gentleman that built this house in 1950, this room was made to be a bar. It had an entertainment center in it in 1950. It had a TV through the wall that's mounted from the garage side. It had stereo equipment wired for electronics. It also has a Westinghouse freezer that doesn't work. However, we could get it working again. Commercial grade, so it's literally got a closet door from the outside of the house that you unlock to get to see all the guts that are on the backside. And then it has 3 beer taps, of course, that don't work, but they're still mounted, which is super cool. So when we moved in 3.5 years ago, this obviously was what it was going to become, because I had the tiki bar / beach bar at our last house, and this one was just perfect. And so since we are hosting New Year's Eve, which is tonight, you'll see this video on New Year's Day. Hopefully y'all will see it. You're not too hungover to see it. But nonetheless, let's get into it, and I'll show you around. Drop comments and let me know what you think. So excuse the lighting. So it's obviously going to be maybe a little bright. It's a little bit different because it's not hooked up to my computer, but nonetheless, you come in through here, and this is kind of how you see it from the entry in. And we've had these outdoor type furniture here. I can't think of it. It's like a braided rope or whatever. And then of course we have the old school TV, record player. Of course, there's nothing better than, I don't know if you can see that, but Dire Straits, I Want My MTV on the TV. So just kind of give you a full look. Got my Street Fighter game here. So anyway, here's a little bar, right? All the bottles, that's for tonight. My cassettes. So let's just break it down for you a little bit more. This little center here is, how I like my vintage electronics. I have this record player. Currently have Duran Duran on there on the record. And it's connected to this, amp here and these 2 little speakers. So when I want to play my vinyl, I watch it on that. We got some of our, come on, focus, our tiki pictures here, some artwork. Some of these, of course, we've gotten all of these at garage sales, and these are some really cool ones that we got. Of course, my wife and I, when we were in Jamaica, another beach time. I don't know what beach that was on. And then this here, you might have seen in the short that this is a 1985 TV, and then I have a VCR DVD player hooked up to it, a cassette deck, and then this we just use as the radio, and then the speakers are up under here. It's kind of the perfect match. It did have a floating record player on top right here that I removed because it was broken, and then just ran a new antenna, which is up over there on the wall, and then connected the tape player to it. And then I have the top loader Nintendo that's right here. And then, if you remember these, you have the old little Nintendo adapters that plug all that in. Actually makes it super simple. And a little lamp my wife made out of these little Japanese balls, buoy balls, glass balls. And then some stuff over here. These were actual benches. They had a little foam thing on top. You'd put your feet right there, that my brother-in-law gave me, and we just basically took the cushions off and we used them as end tables. All of our cassettes there. And then this is our latest acquisition that was given to us by a friend, and for free, which was awesome. Some of those friends will be here, those two will be here tonight. And it wasn't working, and it wasn't this nice looking. The clock worked and it's fun, but of course I took it to my friend Justin, who you've seen on the channel before, and I'm gonna drop some before and after pictures. He completely repainted, redid this. We got the new light bulbs. I mean, he did so much to it, you won't be able to tell on video. But when we plug this in, I gotta go get an extension cord today because it's literally so new. We don't have an extension cord for it, but it lights up, the clock spins, and then it, of course, tells you the time. So super stoked about that, to show it to our friends that are coming over tonight that gave it to us. So continuation of just some of the knickknacks that we have. The thing about real tiki bars, guys, is that the walls would be plastered with stuff and it'd be a lot darker. So because this is functional, we use it for a lot of other things besides just, you know, being a type of tiki bar. Then, you know, we added other stuff to it. And of course, those are double doors to go out to a back section of our house, but we just keep it blocked off. And then we have these doors here that take us out to our side yard, that takes us to the garage. This is another tiki bar that we got. We kind of use it as a shelf and storage that some friends gave us. Of course, you know, you got to have the Endless Summer poster, right? And then on to some more little vintage stuff that's on the wall. Then we just put this TV up. That way we're into the modern age with YouTube and Amazon, Hulu, and all that. Then of course, my kegerator, loaded to go for tonight. More little knickknacks and stuff. Under these mats is where the original speakers were cut in, and behind the game here, you can see kind of this, sorry, I gotta get it to focus. Focus. This ridge line right here is where it was boarded up. And then right here, this is where all the stereo equipment would have been. And then this frame, I just lined it with some fabric and put some stuff on it. This was a massive TV that sat behind the wall to where the television showed this way. And then there's a little project I made here from different coasters, specifically this one, Latitude 29 in New Orleans, which is a awesome tiki bar. And so essentially that's what we do is when we travel, we go around to, if that town has a tiki bar in it, we wind up going to the tiki bar and buying a mug or a glass and stuff like that. So in particular, this one right here, this purple one, was from a drift that's in Denver. So we got that mug there. It was a great night. And then of course, these are ones that I bought on eBay over the years. This was the Speckled Girl or something like that. Trader Vic's, a couple different ones. And then the Trader Vic's in Las Vegas before it closed down. And then I come over here, we've got the skull head, that's from the Mai Kai out in Fort Lauderdale, the little barrel next to it, and then that little moa head is actually from Tiki Limbo down in Montanita, Ecuador, which is my favorite place to go down there, Montanita, the city, and then that tiki bar is absolutely amazing. And then so, back behind the bar, I'm not gonna really show you behind the bar, but here's those beer taps I was telling you about. So this was the original taps that they had right here. And then this would have been the other set of speakers, or the speaker that was here. Then some more different vintage mugs that we got. Again, latitude 29 out of New Orleans. Right here, and just some other ones that we found. This one was crazy. The Jekyll and Hyde Club. We got these again, these at the thrift store. And then here's the refrigerator I was telling you about. It's actually a freezer. I don't want to open it up because it just smells like mothballs. But I believe it still works. And then of course we got the bottles ready for tonight to keep it going. And so come back around here. Here's some more of our cassettes. The ones that are out are the ones that we like to listen to the most. And what's cool about this is an old, I don't know what you would call it, it's a record player. So you have your speakers here. And then this one didn't actually have a radio in it. It's just was an old record player, and it didn't work. So I actually converted this to Bluetooth. So it's got a Bluetooth module in it. You just snip the speaker wires, plug it into that, and I got the knobs on the back to control it. And so it's kind of cool when you can listen to modern music through something that's probably from the 50s. And my vintage Coleman aluminum coolers. And we got our snacks ready for tonight to kick off the party. So there you have it, guys. That's a little tour of my bar. You know, it's great, but it's even better when you get to spend time with friends or family that come over to use it. You know, I'm not in here too often unless we have friends over to entertain. But we definitely, with adding the TV and getting this boob tube connected and hooked up right, I'll be playing my top loader Nintendo a lot more. So what about you? How many of you guys have garage bars, or a room in your house that's turned into a bar? Do you do that a lot? See, our friends, they do that. We go out occasionally, but most of the time, you know, you spend a lot more money doing that. It's a lot cheaper to just, you know, have a party at somebody's house, and it's a lot more intimate. And that's just, I don't know if that's a Gen X thing or if it's just something that we do in our neck of the woods. So drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you may have or what you're looking to do maybe in 2025 to maybe convert a room or do something like this. And with that said, as always, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell to be notified of future videos. And with that said, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.